Joy, what's up? The Jawn Joy is here.
Jawn Joy.
The Jawn Joy.
The Young Jawn.
Young Jawn Joy.
What's up? What's up? It's the Jawn Joy right here on Southside Dash Radio. Y'all know what time it is. Every Thursday, 4 to 6, and it big getting lit. Today, we have none other than a great special guest. She's talented. She's beautiful. She got bars. I mean, like, she just be going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so proud of her. Like, she be out here just killing shit. Lady London is in the building. We live from the crib. What's poppin'?
Ain't shit. Trying to stay safe, really.
I feel you. How is it out there out in LA?
It's good. I was in New York for a period of time, for like 2 months, and it's scary. Like, it really make you appreciate everywhere else. This shit. It's good though. It's good to spread out. I'm in the house. I'm creating, so it's no better place, really.
That's good. How are you staying creative during these times? Like, what's that process been? Have you ran into any, little droughts where you this is not it? And how do you get yourself out of those moments?
Yeah, I ran into a couple of those actually. One, I don't know what fucking day it is, so my schedule is thrown off every day. Everything just blending together.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I've been like just navigating through it all, like trying to figure out different ways of inspiration through this all. I think there's a reason for it happening, for creatives specifically, for all of us to tap into like a different element that we haven't yet. So I'm excited to see what that's gonna be like.
I definitely agree with that. I looked at it as like a straight blessing in disguise. I got real in tune with myself. I've been making more music. I just been in like a different space. I've been real happy. Real happy. I'm like everybody. I know it's quarantine, but my spirits have been really high. Not at first. At first, I was like, I'm scared. I might need to go to Philly. Get me out of Atlanta. I ain't got no family here. But I thugged it out. You feel me?
Man, Atlanta, y'all niggas is moving crazy.
Yo, the city is literally open here. Like, when you go outside your house, it does not look like there's anything happening. Half the time, people aren't wearing masks. Like, they are just out here. People are literally out here. Clubs have opened up. They're not supposed to open until the 31st, but people are at clubs. Kickbacks.
But why? Like, is it that serious?
I just don't understand it. I'm like, the club has never been that serious.
Never.
Like, it's never been that serious to like almost risk your literally to risk your life. The club has never been that serious. So I'm not getting it. The club's not going nowhere. People are still out here acting like they don't know what's going on.
Girl, you got it. I got it.
They got it. Now, you were talking about being in New York. I know you're from New York, and then also, New Jersey. What was that experience like? Just that East Coast. I'm from Philly, so I know what it was like.
Yeah.
What was that? That upbringing like in Jersey, New York, and how do you think it really molded and shaped you into the person you are, especially like now moving out to LA and tackling LA?
Yeah, I mean, wow. Just as a woman altogether, I definitely think the East Coast puts this different kind of hustle in you. Like, every day you got to get to it no matter what. And me being on the West Coast, people are, no disrespect to the West Coast, but a lot of people are just real lax, like real, like go with the flow, which is why people from the East Coast conquer so much out here. Like, we come out here and really take over because we got that hustler spirit in us. Like, we don't sleep in, we don't, what I'm saying? We hit the ground running every day. And so as a worker, as somebody who has a business, I think like being raised on the East Coast was a huge upper advantage for me. As an artist, hip hop was born in New York. I remember the culture growing up and how I fell in love with hip hop music and rap music completely. So I think it's definitely influenced me completely. I can't imagine being from anywhere else. Like, I can't imagine. I think I'll be a totally different person entirely. So
Facts.
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it.
Speaking about, when you fell in love with, just hip hop and music, do you remember like the song that spoke to you? Like, I know for me, it was Up in Here by DMX. I walked into my dad's barbershop and I definitely was like maybe 6 or something. And I walked in there and I heard DMX going crazy. And I was like, when I'm in the car with mom, all she play is Radio Disney. What is this? What is this? And at that moment, I was just like, just the energy in that and, just falling in love with, hip hop. Like, what was that moment for you?
Yeah, I would have to say it would be either one or two things. It would be Jay-Z's dropping Reasonable Doubt in 96. He dropped it on my birthday, June 25th, 96. I was probably 2 years old when it came out, but I remember being like maybe 4 and rapping Ain't No Nigga, track 9, verbatim. And that and like Foxy Brown verse was like, like to me, she was just like iconic.
Foxy.
And then maybe like Kim Crush on You after that. So I would say between them two records for sure, like it'll have to be one of them that I was like, yeah, hip hop is like, and I was so little, like I was young, I was little, tiny little girl, like rapping full Kim verses. I looked sick in my six with my Christian lacrosse, like crazy.
Now, okay, so let's talk about the Kim verses. Like, okay, so growing up, I definitely loved Kim, definitely loved Trina. But when we come down to reality as children, we probably shouldn't have been listening to Kim and Trina. Okay.
Right.
It's funny to me because when I look back on it, like I'm like, I didn't know what they were talking about. Right. Do you think like I'm like nowadays I'm like, hold on, I think kids really be knowing what they be talking about in these songs.
Yeah, I think so too. Damn, that's crazy. I was just having this conversation with somebody else. I don't like the fact that a lot of people in culture are trying to limit the amount or what women say in hip hop, because no one tries to limit
what
men. No one tries to limit men. There's a whole opioid crisis going on right now. No one speaks on it nearly as much as, like somebody twerking in the video or doing this and a third. It's not our job to raise your children. Your job is to raise your children. So our job, and that's just in general, children are influenced by environmental stimuli, external stimuli, the rearing in a household, a number of factors that go into how a little girl gets, grows up and be in life. So I just, I think people should give a little bit more credit to women and understand that music is subjective. We can talk about all this stuff all day, just like men talk about. It's broke men that rap about being rich. We could talk about whatever.
Let's just call it what it is.
Let's just call it state to state. So.
Exactly. What do you think about just the growth within the female hip hop community at this point? I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Me too. I love that it's getting more recognition for what it is. I would love to see, and I have been seeing more unity in the game, because the game is marginalized. It's deemed to put us against each other and things like that. So I'm so glad to see female artists come in the game and put their arm around other artists and really make it a unity thing, because we're stronger as a unit than separate. So I think that's super dope.
That's definitely a fact. Now, I was looking at your IG, right? And I seen in your bio, you have the Aristotle of Barato. Break that down for me for the people. What's that mean to you? And what do you want people to take from that when they come to your page and they see that Aristotle of Barato? Like, it's so eloquent.
The Aristotle of Bravado was a self-proclaimed term of mine. Aristotle, as you guys know, is like a well-known philosopher. And he was pioneered as one of the best philosophers of all time. And so bravado just means boldness and confidence and everything. So I want to say I'm the best at what I do as far as like boldness and just all overall confidence and assertiveness and just having that like presence about myself, specifically when I rap. So that's why I started the Aristotle of Bravado. And I think it just goes to all women who are not afraid to live in their truth and without boundaries or constrictions, and every man that's not, discouraged by that. So
I love it. It's definitely hard. Now, you're talking about philosophy, talking about Aristotle. We got to talk about college. I remember philosophy class in school. Yeah. I fucked up. I went and I took a 400 course as a freshman.
Oh!
I walked in there. I came out on top. Come
on now.
I didn't pull out. I didn't drop the class. But you went to Howard University.
Yes. What
was your experience at Howard and just being at an HBCU? I went to CAU, so I know the HBCU experience for you.
Yes. Oh, shout out Clark, first of all. I loved it. Howard made me the woman that I am. I always say that. I came into Howard as a young girl, really like lost to the source. Like honestly, I didn't know who I wanted to be. I was walking into my own as a woman. And I think Howard really gave me that discipline, and DC in general gave me that discipline to keep going and to like try to manifest all that I set forth to do. So yeah, I love Howard. I wish I could go back in time. I found my old Dropbox password the other day.
You did?
Man, I understand why I be in the house now. I already having fun. I already did what I was supposed to do already.
You already had fun in college.
Yeah.
After you graduated from Howard, you went on and you got your master's at Keck School of Medicine.
Yeah. At USC.
I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm definitely proud of you, because my ass going for a master's. No way. My dad was like, "Yo, go to school for your master's," and I was like, No, bro. Like I barely like school as it is. I came out. So
That's funny.
you know, what was that driving force, especially being a creative? I know it's kind of hard when you're creative and then you also you got school and things of that sort. What was that like, you know, going to school, being a creative, and then also after, you know, how I look at it is we've been in school our whole lives up until 18,
Right.
and then we decide to go for another 4 years.
Right.
To go for more after that is kind of like you're just amazing. What was that like for you? What drove you to say, hey, I want to go get my master's and I'm going to conquer this all by the age of 25? Let's talk about that.
It was definitely a journey. When I finished up my undergrad at Howard, that was May 2016. And so I had the whole summer to decide what I was doing next. I was pre-med at Howard. My major was sports medicine and chemistry. So I was trying to attempt to go to medical school initially, but my mom was like, don't you think you need like maybe a secondary degree under your belt first? And I never considered going to get my master's. My mom had like, you know, kind of pushed it or whatever. And so I looked up these programs and I only wanted that program. So I was like, all right, if I don't get into this one, then it's nothing. No. Yeah. So I got in, I actually applied in like November. I got in December, and then I was in LA. I wanted to move to LA anyway. So I was like, this is perfect.
So that's how you got that was the way to LA.
That was the way.
LA.
I said it's got to be the right thing. God does not make mistakes. So I want to go to this school. It's in LA. I want to live in LA. I want to go to this school. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Okay. So I got accepted. I came out here December 2016. I just never went back. So yeah, I think creatively and just in general, like it was difficult being a creative and going to school. I wasn't rapping yet. I didn't start rapping until March of 2018. So I was already done with my master's, or finishing up being done with my master's. I graduated with my master's in May of 2018. Mm-hmm. So I started rapping March of 2018. So it was like right there, like 2 months before graduation. And then whatever, but I had written a book before that. So it was like a lot of just creativity just all together. So
let's talk about that book. But in the meantime, we're going to hop into some music and we'll be right back. Everybody keep it locked. Lady London is still in the building. Southside Dash Radio. It's the Jawn Joy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, what up? It's one only DJ Drama. DJ Drama.
Hey, yo, what up? It's the #1 co-signer, Don Cannon.
And you're rocking with my young Jawn.
It's the Jawn Joy, Southside Dash Radio.
What's up? It's the Jawn Joy right here on Southside Dash Radio. Y'all know what it is. Every Thursday 4 to 6 in this bitch getting lit. Lady London is still in the building. Right before the break, we were talking about you writing your books, and being an author. Tell us about the process of writing. You releasing your first book. You wrote your first book 3 years ago entitled Truth. How did that come about, and what inspired you just to be like, yo, I'm gonna give this a shot and write a book?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I finished up Howard in May 2016, and in that time I had about I guess the whole summer to figure out what I wanted to do next. In that time I was working. I was bartending in DC at the time, and I was just trying to take my mind off some shit. So I started writing a fiction to take my mind off of reality, I guess you could say. And then it just turned into something that I never expected it to. So I wrote the book. It took me like 7 months to write or complete, I would say. I started writing in like November. And then, yeah, I was done by like May. I published it in May. I edited myself, published it myself. So yeah, it was cool. It's a good book. It's a good read.
I'm gonna go read it. I'm gonna go read it. Over quarantine, I've been reading a lot more. Shout out to my friends that's been telling me, Joy, read. And I will tell people, it's always been something that I wanted to, become more of. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I was not a big reader, and it's something that I always aspired to like do. So it's like quarantine hit and I started reading a lot, and it's been opening my eyes and changing my life. So I'm just gonna keep it a bean. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna go get your book. I'm gonna read that, Jawn. Then I'm gonna let you know what I think about it. And
good.
So I'm gonna read.
It's an easy read. I'm telling you, I had niggas on the block, niggas who don't read at all. Like, yo, nah, this book is crazy. So you got it. Trust me, it's an easy read. It's less than 200 pages. It's you're gonna finish in less than 2 days. I bet money on it.
But I'm definitely gonna go check that out. Congrats on just opening the door for everything. You don't limit yourself in anything that you do, and I really admire that about you, how you just you go out there and you chase it. Being multifaceted, I want to say, do you ever get any criticism from people saying like, okay, you're writing books and, you know, you're this influencer and you're rapping and things of that sort? I'm sure to you, because I feel the same way, you know, doing multiple things, it all comes together for you. It's who you are. You know what I mean? How do you take that if people say that to you?
I think some people wake up every day and choose to be miserable. So I try to take everything with a grain of salt. No, for real. People wake up and choose that that's going to be their task for the day, is to like discredit somebody for all that they're doing because of the lack of what they're doing. So like, I really try not to think too much into it. And this has been a growth thing for me. Like over the last 2 years, just like growing into my own as an artist and as a creative, and understanding that it comes with criticism and it comes with people that's going to say things irrationally and people that are, you know, passive aggressive behind a computer screen and things like that. Like I've learned to really, really maneuver with it. And like Wale is a good friend of mine. Like we're so tight. And he always tells me like, you know, it's going to be your biggest downfall to respond and entertain people. You know, people going to always have opinions. They're like assholes. Everybody has them. So I try not to really look into it too much. And then I honestly be praying for people because niggas be lost in the sauce. Like they be.
That's a fact. You gotta pray for niggas. That's where the power goes. When you hand it over to God, the burden is taken off of your shoulders.
Okay.
I seen you stated in a previous interview, and it really stuck out to me. You said that your favorite character trait about yourself is your self-awareness and willpower. I want to just touch on definitely the self-awareness, because I think it's something that a lot of people lack, and I related to it because I feel like that's something that I feel like is a big, you know, character of myself when it comes to like being self-aware and knowing why you do certain things, or checking yourself before somebody else could check you, or just that mindset to have. And I had that conversation with my friend and my show producer Dree Taylor yesterday, and we were just talking about it. And I just want you to touch on like just the importance of self-awareness, and, you know, for the person that doesn't understand self-awareness, what they can do to become more self-aware. How do you keep yourself self-aware?
I think the number one thing for self-awareness is learning accountability. And that's good or bad, you know, like, so if you just learn how to take responsibility for actions, whether they be good or bad. So sometimes you have to take yourself out of a situation and look at it objectively and say, you know, if I wasn't in this, would this make sense? Like, would this be okay for other people? Like looking at it as third party viewers. So yeah, self-awareness is important, and it's key to everything, because when you are okay with yourself, then you're able to figure out who needs to be around you, what needs to be set up in order for you to succeed. You know, what energies to accept, what energies to decline, and what opportunities to accept, and some that you just need to leave on the table sometimes. You know, just being that aware and understanding who you are as a person and as a woman specifically, it'll take you 10 times further. You know what I mean? I'm about do it once and do it right. Like that's one of my biggest mottos: do it once and do it right. And when you have self-awareness, I think it makes it very, very simple to just execute your plan according to the way you intended it to be from the jump. So
that's a fact. I love that breakdown. I'm gonna have to go back and listen. That was a good one, because it was so factual, especially like knowing what energies to accept and which ones not to accept, and what you let inside your boat. You know?
Exactly.
You were talking about, you know, just being a female as well, and you know, one of the dopest things I've seen this year was when Jada Pinkett Smith posted you on International Women's Day. I was like, let's go, let's go. Now, what was that experience like, seeing, you know, popping up on Jada Pinkett Smith's Instagram page?
Man, what's crazy is I was fasting. So every year I try to do like a spiritual sabbatical off of social media for at least a month. And so the month of March, I was fasting for Lent and for just my spiritual sabbatical. And Light, God bless her, MC Light hit me and was like, yo, you know, send me a freestyle that you're not cursing in. And I was so embarrassed to say I didn't have nothing that I was not cursing in. But I was like, this is a legend. Like, this is somebody when people that are like iconic to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, embrace you is like a feeling that's unmatched. So I'm like, I got to get this to her. I have nothing prepared. I've been under a rock for months at this point.
Yeah.
In like 15 minutes, I wrote something real quick or whatever and just got, you know, did it, sent it to her. And her and Jada had posted it before I even posted it. So they had already, you know, if you notice,
they had that exclusive content.
They had the one that had without my name on it. So you notice they got the original. Yeah. So it was super dope. I mean, Jada, I love her. I'm like back to Inkwell. You know, I mean, Low Down Dirty Shame, Jada. Like I've always.
Jada is one of the goats in this shit. She is a really goddess in this shit. Tell us, where are you at in the musical process? You know, the freestyles are going crazy. You're taking over the internet with the freestyles. Every time I turn around, you're on somebody's page, somebody's posting you. I'm like, she is going crazy out here with these freestyles, okay? And I really want to commend you for it because it's not something you see a lot of females do at the level that you do. I will keep it a being with you. I am a writer. You will not see my ass out here freestyling. No. But, you know, freestyling at the level that you freestyle, the content that you have in it, the messages that you get across, even though you was like, I was cursing, you know, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it, because you really are enlightening and it feels good, you know. And you be talking that shit.
Thank you.
Where are you at in your musical process of, you know, eventually dropping a project or, you know, really putting together that body of work that you want to give to the world, and how does that look for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a process. I think people don't really know what goes into making a full, complete project with replay value and just good quality music. Like, I could easily oversaturate the industry and the game with just a bunch of, like, records that are, you know, lackluster or whatever. Like, you know, okay, like, they're all right, move on, like, whatever. I've given people a little taste of, like, you know, what I can do. It's no secret what I can do lyrically, so I don't have to keep proving this 1,000 times over again. I've done it 100 times in my sleep. Right now, I'm just basically weeding through, you know, what's to keep, what's to throw away, or to hold for another time. Figuring out how I can make the body of work become a storyline. Ideally, that's my perfect, you know, situation.
Cohesive.
Also want a cohesive project. I also want to display my versatility, because I think a lot of people, I don't want to ever be boxed in. I want people to understand how versatile I can be. You know what I mean? I could be on a record with Jay-Z. I could be on a record with Lil Pump. Like, that's just how versatile I can get. And I want people to really understand that. And so it's really about, you know, that marketing rollout and just having it the right way. And it's going to take a while. It has been taking a while, but a lot of shit has been done. It's just not it's not the right product yet. Yeah. So I'm hoping by the end of this year, we'll be able to really roll like a full thing out with visuals and things like that. A lot of things I slowed up with quarantine too. A lot of shit, because this was the year. This was the year for the launch. For real.
Yo, on everything. You know, I seen somebody post the other day, we're going to be the same year birthday, like our ages are the same. This shit does not count, okay? Next year we're the same age. None of this shit counts.
Exactly.
So just take us back a year, you know? This shit doesn't count.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited to, you know, just see everything that you have going on, everything that is coming up. You know, I will be tuned in. I will still be supporting. Keep doing your damn thing. Keep representing out here. You know, let everybody know where they can find you at. Just talk to people real quick. Like, you know what I mean? Just let everybody know where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. This is Lady London, and you can find me on Instagram at Lady London, just exactly how it sounds. Lady London with 3 N's on Twitter. On YouTube, Lady London. Pretty much I'm very consistent across all social media platforms. And that's pretty much it. I look forward to y'all support, and I thank you guys so much. Thank y'all, Southside. I appreciate y'all all day. Joy, I will see you soon, I'm sure.
I will see you soon. You know, I felt bad because I was in LA at the top of the year, and I told you I was coming out there, and I was like, I gotta hit you. And then my ass got out there, and I didn't hit you. So when I get it back out there after we can get through this whole quarantine thing, because I really come out there like every other month. And so,
oh wow.
So I definitely will be hitting you. We definitely will be linking up, and I can't wait to catch up with you. And shout out to Derek Milano. I can't leave this interview without my brother, Derek Milano. That is how we met. We met through Derek. So shout out to Derek's crazy ass. I love him to death. That is my brother for life. So
yes. Derek. Shout out to Derek. Love you, man. All
love
day,
you.
Always.
Keep killing it out here, Derek. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I'll see you soon.
I'll see you. Be safe out here. Bye-bye.
All right.
Hey, it's the Jawn Joy. It's either created by us, too lit, or inspired by us, living my best life. It's Southside on Dash Radio.